Hello and welcome to Sincerely Elvis Presley. I'm Sean. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to tune in. I really appreciate it. Anyone who's seen the channel before knows there's nothing I love more than a bit of an unboxing once something's popped through the old letterbox in terms of new releases. And today is no exception. You'll have seen from the thumbnail what this is, but here we go. Let's have a look at the new release from the Memphis Recording Service. And this is Elvis, Houston Astrodome, March the 3rd, 1974. Fairly well glued on there. So, there we go. Fantastic cover. Elvis arriving towards the stage in the old Jeep. So what is this? Well, Elvis had performed at the Astrodome in 1970. 3 days, 6 performances, 2 a day, afternoon and evening. Now, I will leave a link in the description to a video I did talking about those 3 performances and some releases that cover them. You probably will have to fast forward around about probably 10-15 minutes worth of waffle at the beginning if I remember the video rightly, but you'll get there in the end if it's something that you want to have a look at. So what's different about this performance? Well, this was February the 27th to the March the 1st in 1970 that Elvis first performed there, and the stage at the Astrodome was in the round, the audience was all around, and it was a very small stage, so couldn't fit an orchestra on. It was just Elvis and the band. Now, in 70, Elvis had adjusted to that fine. By 74, I think it's fair to say that he'd introduced some more bombastic numbers that heavily required the orchestra behind them, things like American Trilogy. So adjustments did have to be made to the set to just accommodate the fact that it was Elvis and the band. This performance has been out before. It was released in 2000 as event number 8 on the Madison label. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen. I think for me that was a fairly awful cover. It doesn't even look like a front cover. When I first saw it, I thought that it was, maybe a booklet or the back. It didn't look like a front cover at all. So Madison were definitely a pretty good label, but that didn't score highly on the old cover design for me. Now, event number 8. Why event number 8? Well, the Houston livestock and rodeo show had a number of acts performing over a number of days. And in 74, you'd got the Jackson 5, you'd got Sonny and Cher, you'd got Conway Twitty, and Elvis was the last on March the 3rd. So he'd got wind of the fact that he was the 8th act. So he comes on the stage and he says, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'm event number 8. So that's where the Madison bootleg took its title from. Although, looking at the advert bill for that particular event, the whole 1974 event, it looks to me, and I'll put that up on the screen, it might not be too clear, but it looks to me like Elvis was number 9. So I don't know whether he kind of misread that or got hold of a bit of misinformation, but I think he was event number 9, not event number 8. Let me know in the comments if you think differently. So yeah, been out on bootleg and it's been out on FTD as well. It was on this release in 2023, 3 CD set, and the first CD was this performance, the evening performance from March the 3rd at Houston Astrodome. So now we've got it from MRS, and being MRS, I kind of expect that we're gonna hear better sound. They usually do that, and they usually transfer through their processes anything that was monaural into stereo, and for me they usually I know some purists don't really like that, but for me, they usually make a pretty darn good job. They usually fill out the sound and do a pretty damn good attempt at a stereo mix. So I'm expecting great things of this. But let's have a little look at what we actually get if I actually ever get the cellophane off. So there's your front cover in all its glory. Fantastic little sleeve. There's your back. Elvis waving to the crowds from that Jeep. Now, before we look at the booklet, let's have a little look at the design of the disc, if I can get it out easily. So we've gone with Elvis's belt. Really nice design there. Really nice. And I'll show you the track list. There are some variations from the standard Elvis set list because of the fact that there was no orchestra. So I think we certainly get How Great Thou Art. I'd say that was in place of American Trilogy. But, you know, having heard the recordings previously, you know, certainly the band have to work overtime to kind of fill in for the fact that there's no orchestra where there'd normally be one. And there you see Elvis with that small stage. So there's your track list. And let's have a quick little look at the booklet. Usual MRS quality I'm expecting. This is obviously as new to my eyes as it is to yours. Bit of background. Pictures from the event. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. MRS deliver again and again and again. And I think this one cost me, I want to say it was about $24.99, something along those lines. Which for a single CD of, you know, a set list, an event from '74 that's far from the norm of what you'd normally expect of an Elvis concert with his full orchestra. Well worth investing in. So I think this was supposed to be out around the 25th of April, and we're now on the 15th. So, as is kind of become the norm, actually, MRS tends to get the CDs certainly out to dealers before they hit the more mainstream stores, and the CD tends to come out before the vinyl because this is also out on black and clear vinyl. But I don't believe that anyone's actually had deliveries of the vinyl yet. I've certainly not seen any reports of it. But the CD usually makes it out first, and just what a brilliant package. What a brilliant package. I can't wait to get this in the player and give it a spin and see if that sound quality is better, but I'm expecting it. What do they say? Within weeks of closing his 10th season in Las Vegas, Elvis started an extensive 20-day tour on the 1st of March 74. 2 days later, he made a major appearance at one of the country's biggest venues, the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, entertaining well in excess of 88,000 fans. And that's another significant thing about this particular performance is Elvis broke attendance records, one-day attendance records for that event. If you look at the figures for 1970, the day he achieved the most attendance in one day, so that's for the afternoon and evening performance, was on the middle day, February the 28th, and he was 78,000 and around about 78,057 for that. So for this event, he's virtually 10,000 more in attendance, and he makes reference to the size of the crowd as well during the performance. So yeah, 88,000 fans, thus breaking his own previous record attendance figures. So he'd set it before, he broke it by some margin this time around. The CD contains Elvis's evening performance from that occasion, and for the first time ever, the recording is presented in stereo. So MRS doing the usual, extracting the information and creating a stereo effect, and they do it really well, in my opinion. I think they do a great job. They really fill out that sound. The accompanying booklet, which includes rare photographs and memorabilia from the event, also features liner notes which set the scene for this historic performance. Just brilliant, just brilliant. As I say, it's not stupidly expensive. Yet again, MRS sort of taking on FTD at the releases they bring out and upping the ante a bit and making them affordable, making them more accessible. And, you know, I just don't think you can go wrong. Absolutely fantastic. Thought it was worth giving you a look at this as it's just arrived. So let me know in the comments what you think. I know MRS have got a lot of fans. I know they also have a few detractors who would prefer to buy the original FTD product and not go into the public domain grey market. But let me know what you think. Are you looking forward to getting it? Have you got it on order? Has yours arrived yet? Have you already heard it? Let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, thought I'd come on. Now, this may not be the only seal to reveal this week. If the Elvis Presley #2 vinyl on the Wax Time label makes it out, which it's supposed to, you may well see me pop up for another quick unboxing. But if not, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're able to join me on Sunday when I'll be looking at 1961. Have a great rest of the week. Take care. Ta-da.
We'll meet you again. May God bless you. Adios.